Hi, this is Andrew Aversa with Impact Soundworks, and I want to show you our latest virtual instrument, CURIO Cinematic Toy Piano. This instrument was conceptualized, designed, recorded, and edited by Ali Lacey in collaboration with Impact Soundworks. CURIO samples a miniature grand piano, also known as a toy piano. So in addition to the basic techniques that you might expect, like mallets and plucks sounds, the instrument was also deconstructed and prepared using a variety of acoustic, recording, and sound design techniques. After that, we processed the instrument and created all sorts of interesting impacts, percussion, textures, and much more. As you can see, the library is composed of 23 different contact patches, contact 4 and up, and each of them shares the same beautiful user interface, which I'll go into in a little bit more depth later. I want to just show you some of these sounds now so you have an idea of what the library sounds like and what you might use it for. So here we have the chromatic grandfather clock patch, which is actually a resynthesized and reprocessed version of some of the acoustic tonal elements. So let's check out some of the natural elements, for example, the mallets. So the mallets are very intimate, they're very close, you can hear there's not much reverb on them, and they're very useful for that sort of atmospheric and ethereal sound. In comparison, let's check out the plucked patch. So the plucks are a little bit snappier, they're a little bit faster and more responsive. They also don't have quite as much key noise as the mallets. Now, as you can hear, the mallets and the pluck sound, which sample about 25 different tones from the original instrument, they're pretty high pitched, they're in the high frequency range, and so we created some bass patches to go along with those. For example, the bass mallet patch. And these are nice if you want to really get into the low range without having as many of the pitch artifacts. Let's check out a few of these hybrid sounds. For example, lucid dreaming. That's really a beautiful textural sound, useful for all sorts of things. Or how about the hybrid xylophone? So again, these patches use both acoustic elements as well as reprocessed and resynthesized parts. It really adds up to some very, very interesting tonal sounds. But in addition to these chromatic patches, which are very playable, we also have these textural elements, which are both tonal and harmonic as well as inharmonic. So let's check out, for example, the tapping ambience. So it sounds like these are very useful for setting up a mood or a texture in your piece. And all of these sounds are available not only as NCW in Contact, but also as waves. So you can take them, you can edit them further, and you can drag them into your DAW for slicing, reversing, and all that fun stuff. Those are a few sounds from the impacts and sweeps patch. The plucks key switch are interesting because these are lower pitched tonal sounds with a few different effects variations. Let's check out some of the key switch versions. There's a surprising amount of percussion that's included in CURIO, both natural, of course, recorded acoustically from tapping and striking the piano, as well as stuff that was created from that acoustic material using sort of post-production sound design and processing. These are some of the subby bass hits and drops. Most of those are very processed, so let's compare that to some of the natural hits. So hopefully that gives you a basic idea of what you can expect in terms of the sound library that comes with CURIO. But additionally, as you'll notice, there's a fantastic scripted interface here with all sorts of different controls that let you sculpt the sound to your liking. So here we have the wet hits again. Let's take that hit, for example. I can enable the EQ and then sculpt out the low end and some of the mid, turning up the high. And now that's useful as a sort of a thip or like a 16th note element. We can also add reverb and sync delay with 5 different impulses. The filter section is also pretty advanced. We have 3 different kinds of filters with cutoff, resonance, and a filter envelope. With just a few clicks here, turning on some effects, changing the filter cutoff in the envelope, you can create entirely new sounds out of all of this source material. Anyway, we think you'll really enjoy CURIO. It's out now for $59 temporarily. It's going to go back up to $79 in about 2 weeks after release. Once again, it's for Contact 4. If you visit impactsoundworks.com, you can check it out on the front page or in the tuned percussion section. Once again, this is Andrew Aversa. Thanks for watching.